Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before you give up, before you give up, before you give up, I want to say something to you. Before you give up, I want to tell you this. Before you give up, I want you to hear this. I know you have many reasons that may be reasonable enough for you to give up. I know things may not be working out the way you may have planned it. I know things may not have been easy for you. I know you have like 1,000 reasons why you should give up. But I want you to hear this. There is no successful man alive, and even in the Bible, that for 100% of the time, things were easy for them. A time came in the life of David that David went to fight a battle. And when David returned from the battle, David came back to Ziklag, his village, and discovered that the village has been burnt down. His three wives has been carried, the sons carried, the daughters carried, even the soldier's wife, they've been carried as well. And the Bible says that David began to weep. The soldiers that were with David, they began to weep, and they were discouraged. They were discouraged so much so that the soldiers, they wanted to stone David. They wanted to kill David, probably because David was the one that carried them to the battle. But the Bible says that David did one thing. The Bible says that David encouraged himself in the Lord his God. David encouraged himself. And when David encouraged himself, the Bible says that David said unto Abiathar, the high priest, he said unto Abiathar, get me the Urim and the Thummim. And when Abiathar got the Urim and the Thummim unto David, the Bible says that David inquired of the Lord. And when David inquired of the Lord, David asked God, should I pursue? If I pursue, will I overtake? If I overtake, will I recover? And the Bible says that God said unto David, pursue. You will surely overtake and recover. And David gathered men and pursued. Now, David pursued because God told him to pursue. And he was able to encourage himself and gather the required momentum, the required courage to pursue. It takes courage to continue when things are not working. It takes courage, it takes confidence, it takes a lot. It's not easy. It's not easy. Especially when you have put in enough effort and you think things should have worked out and it turns out to be negative. It didn't work out. It is not easy to continue at that point. But I want you to know that if you give up, then you will not have a testimony. Of course, David had a testimony. David pursued. And after 3 days, he recovered. After 3 days, he recovered the wife, recovered the sons and the daughters, and even came back with spoils from the war. He recovered everything. I don't know what is going on in your life currently. Maybe your job, you're having issues with your job. Maybe it's your business. Maybe that relationship is things may not really be the way maybe it's a marriage or something. I don't know what it is. I want you to do two things. Number one, encourage yourself. Number two, inquire of the Lord. Ask God. If God says continue. Don't give up. Don't give up. I can see a note of victory coming up, and it will not be long. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Don't give up, my sister. Don't give up, my brother. The top is made for you. See you at the top. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. God bless you. My name remains Nzube Marcel.